I like your boat. They show the boat in the.
That's a nice vessel.
That's my summer. That's where I spend my summer.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And where do you go with that?
I go up the Hudson River.
Oh, okay.
And then I go out to Long Island Sound.
Oh, right. Was that Hell's Gate? They call that?
You can go out in the ocean, but the ocean's trickier. I'm going up. My experience.
The river seems like
good at.
Yeah.
The river's nothing.
But it seems like it's cool to explore and stuff too. You know?
It is a bit. It gets a little mundane up there.
It does.
But there's some great places that you can easily anchor and swim when you get up past the Tappan Zee. And there's a few towns that you can, pull up to a dock and get ice cream, and my kids love it. And then the Long Island Sound, though, I went to Martha's Vineyard last summer and back.
With the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the entire Sound, yeah.
Yeah, that's you go out.
How long does that take from where you're docked?
You can do it pretty fast, or you can go. I mean, I went out there in about 4 days with the kids, and you stop in a bunch of places. And, the boat's you can eat on it, and cook on it. So I just last summer I lived on the boat for about a month. Like I didn't.
Jesus Christ,
I slept on it every night for a month, up the river, out the Sound. I just stayed out of the city.
You just stayed on it for a month straight?
Yeah, 2 weeks with my kids, 2 weeks without my kids.
That's awesome.
Just by yourself?
Yeah, part of it by myself.
Oh.
Did you see Redford's movie where he's on the little sailboat?
Yeah, I hated it.
Thank you. I did too.
It was a piece of shit movie.
What a fucking, I kind of got, at the very beginning, with the shipping container and everything, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a little...
but you know he dies.
Well, yeah.
You know that it's worthless.
Right. Yeah, because they kind of popped that at the beginning.
Because the movie starts with none of this worked. I tried everything, none of it worked. And then, so here's the first thing didn't work, which was bailing out and, fixing the hole.
Right.
He's also a fucking asshole. I was screaming at the screen the whole movie because he tries the radio for like a minute.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
I would be on that, especially if it started getting a little something.
Yeah, and also, you don't just hail your fucking, this is my ship's name. Nobody gives this
No one
shit
cares. Say, hey,
Mayday.
Right, you're right.
If you say, I'd be falling asleep with my hand on that switch saying Mayday.
What's your voice?
Because if somebody hears Mayday slightly, they know what
there's a problem.
Yes, because these radios, the VHF radios, have a limited radius. So if somebody hears Mayday, they know within 5 miles of me, somebody's in trouble.
Yeah.
And there'd be helicopters swarming. Yes. And also, a ship comes, he's reading the directions on his fucking flare. And then he pops one, and the ship is still 90 feet away, and he's like, I don't think they see me. I'm just going to go ahead and die. And then the one thing he does that is the stupidest, but when he makes the fire in the little tub. I go, okay, he's doing this because he's going to float the tub out into the water.
Why wouldn't you put it in the water?
Why are you making a fire in your rubber raft, you stupid fucking idiot?
That was him giving up.
If you're going to make a fire in your raft and set the whole thing into a ring of blaze...
Yeah.
There's a ship right there. Give it 10 minutes to see if the ship comes.
Don't just fucking
before you
sink
go,
beneath.
I'm going to go into water now.
He really did just give up.
Yeah.
Too many times. And the guy that made the movie, what was his name?
Robert Redford?
No. He was like, the ending is left open to interpretation.
Oh, is it?
Did he die or did he not die?
Was that the hand of the filmmaker's best friend? I don't give a shit who it was.
Stupid Hollywood. Stupid Hollywood trying to give you a little extra.
Hope? Yeah?
That's dumb.
You say he's dead, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I hope so. I really hope that character's dead.
He wasn't even being careful.
I have on my boat, that guy's some kind of a gillionaire. I have on my boat this plastic, looks like a Fisher-Price thing.
Yeah.
Everybody that comes on my boat, I tell them, if we're sinking, grab this and press this one big red button.
And there's the beacon.
And don't let go. If you press that button, fucking people will come and find the button. And it's water sealed. It doesn't, it's an impervious to anything.
Yeah, why didn't he have that?
Costs because he can't afford it. It's like a subscription of about $20 a year. Yeah. And the unit itself is about $118.
You got a sat phone?
Yeah. What?
You got a sat phone?
I don't have one yet because I haven't been out in the open water like that. have only been in places where...
Yeah, you could get a cell
I've lost, between Block Island and Martha's Vineyard is the longest expanse that I've done.
Yeah.
And you lose sight of land for a few minutes. You're out in the open.
And the ocean is hitting you broadside. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I've always gone out a little further than I'm comfortable with, a little at a time.
Yeah.
I go out and then I freak myself out a little, and then I come back. But now I can get to Martha's Vineyard on my own, so I know how to do that.
That sounds awesome.
Reading charts, are you?
Yeah.
Reading charts.
Reading some charts.
I always keep that. I mean, I have a GPS.
Yeah.
And it has a chart system in it. Mm-hmm. But the boat was built in 2004, so the navigation equipment, 2004 technology. Now,
that's
crazy different.
Shit.
That's old, right?
So my iPad gets me everywhere I'm going.
Fucking iPad.
iPad has a thing called iNav X. It's just an app.
Yeah.
It has the entire American coastal water.
Isn't that amazing?
And I can jump on the boat with my iPad.
Yeah.
I keep 2 on board for redundancy. I keep one plastic wrapped in a place where a fucking shipping container can't destroy all my... Let me keep everything right next to the gunwale, like right next to... just, and no waterproofing anything.
So if anything hits it, you know, it's sure to drench it with water.
Yeah. It's like keeping a coffee cup on your fucking laptop.
Eventually it's going to tip over.
But yeah, my iPad can get me anywhere I want to go.
Isn't that amazing? Because it's not very long ago you needed that stupid fucking star thing and charts.
Yes.
And
but I keep the paper charts, and I use the Ritchie compass, which is a basic compass.
Yeah.
So I keep referring to those because I do think at some point
if all the shit shut down on me.
Right.
I can do it. I could get myself home from anywhere.
Yeah.
Using the markers that are in the water and a compass and a chart.
Mm-hmm. Can't they get like a fucking satellite thing of that so you'll never lose reception? Isn't like a satellite instead of satellite
but you
phone?
can lose power.
GPS,
There's all kinds of stuff that can happen. And also in some weather, GPS starts to fail.
Yeah.
So you always keep the paper charts, and you keep, because it's not just about where you're going. Like, there is a part of when you come out of New York Harbor, when you go out the Long Island Sound, after the Whitestone Bridge, no, the Throg's next. That's the last one.
Yeah.
Then you're in the Long Island Sound, and there's this huge expanse of water. You go out to City Island and out to the Sound. I didn't read the chart right the first time I did it, and I went flying through this big, and there's no other boats except for little fishing boats, and all the guys are looking at me, like kind of shaking their heads.
What is he doing here?
This big fucking boat with a 5-foot draft.
You don't belong there.
No, and then I look through it because you can't tell from the surface. Underwater, there's rocks that are like within an inch of the surface.
Holy shit.
And there's just,
You should have put a 13-year-old blonde boy on the front and let him navigate for you, and then hit a rock, and you could have molested him when the fucking Catherine Hepburn came with a sandwich.
Exactly. But I know I was just very lucky that I flew through there without destroying. I easily could have destroyed the boat.
Jesus.
It gets scary sometimes in a little bit of weather when the boat slams down. You get that bam,
Yeah, it's
bam,
brutal.
bam, and it's like really loud, and you're thinking this thing's gonna break.
Yes,
it's gonna break.
No, I've had a few times on the boat where I've thought I'm gonna go home and I'm never doing this again. Wherever I dock this thing, I'm going to put a sign on it for sale, and I'm going to take the train home.
You got a little scared a couple of times?
Sure, very scared.
Yeah.
The first time I went to Block Island, I scared the shit out of myself.
Really? Was the weather nice, or was it just too big?
The waves were enormous for me.
Oh, right.
I thought they were like 4 or 5 foot waves was probably like 2 feet.
But it's rolling, a lot of rolling.
And you're slapping up and down. You don't feel like you're moving. And
right.
Block Island is like this little sliver of brown, and it looks so far away.
That.
But this is why sailors drink, because then you get there and you're in this calm. You go into the protected cove, and it's calm, and you throw an anchor, and you're okay now. And you just want
relief.
Like a whole bottle of whiskey.
A whole bottle of
whiskey.
Yo ho ho, and then were you dreading the ride back? Were you like, oh fuck, I gotta leave this safety?
I'm getting ready to go. I realize I'm starting to breathe heavy. And
a little anxiety.
This is gonna fucking suck.
Yeah.
But I've done that so many times. Like, there's a place called Plum Gut where you go from Long Island Sound into the ocean, and those two bodies of water meet in this bizarre end of the world looking roiling.
Wow!
It's two different currents, and they meet like in a line.
And you got to cross over,
and you have to cross over that line. And there's a little thin a narrow little channel with rocks on one side and all these hazards.
Just danger.
And your propellers can't really find the footing because there's all this spinning currents. So you just kind of have to hope through it. And the first time I did it, it scared the living shit out of me. And I was alone, just yelling loudly out loud in my boat. But now I know plumb gut. I just know it.
Yeah. You become accustomed.
Now it's easy for you.
Cape Horn.
Yeah.
For you, it's.
You want to take a nice spin around there, fucking by Somalia? See what happens? What does a chart have on it? Like, how do you, if it's cloudy, how do you look at a chart and make any sense out of it? It's just water.
With the clouds, but the clouds don't. You're looking at the water. You're not looking.
I'm saying, like, what does that tell you though? I'm saying the stars.
To navigate by the
charts are not stars.
Yeah.
The charts are what the chart shows you. Because the water's all different depths. You can be out in open water and it's only 1 foot deep and you can't boat there. So there's all kinds of contours to the bottom of what you're looking at on the chart. Really is what is under the surface.
What it looks like without water.
Right, but how do you know that when you're on the boat? How do you know what looks like under you?
Because first you have to. You use landmarks and certain references, although you can't tell distances on the water. Everything looks different. But you use a compass, and there's marker buoys. Usually, sometimes they have gaps where you're just kind of fucked, and you there are places where you're like, you have binoculars, and you're trying to see a little green light. There's green and red buoys that mark the shipping channels of all the water anywhere.
You have
all over the world.
GPS navigation where it shows like where you're headed. It shows your little icon, and so you can navigate like that through some of the tighter things that aren't marked.
Yes, but then there's all these tricky things like the compass on the navigation doesn't show true north. It shows magnetic north. There's all this kind of shit. So you have to actually look and find. And sometimes binoculars, you're trying to look through them, and your boat's slamming.
Oh,
down.
Binoculars are real. Now you're also magnifying the motion.
And you're getting seasick.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you just go, I'm just going to go in this direction on the compass until something new gets revealed. Until I learn something.